Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back through daily crypto news and analysis, and today we are going to be talking about Hedera and or HBAR. So sit back, relax, and before we fully jump on into this video, I just want to ask you guys to please leave a like on this video. It does help the channel grow immensely, and I do greatly appreciate it. Now, obviously, the market around Bitcoin is kind of just getting overlooked right now. Currently, dominance is falling. Some altcoins are pumping, and of course, one of those are Hedera. So I am watching HBAR closely. I told you guys I want us to close the gap on this massive resistance point. Let me open the chart over here real quick to show you guys. But until we do claim this resistance level, I'm not going to get too, amped up and or bullish. And you guys do see, essentially HBAR having a very hard time breaking over that 34.5 centile range almost. It's basically almost 35 cents, but this is extremely strong resistance. So I'm waiting for us to break over it. I do suspect that we will eventually. Just so you guys know, every single time that we do test a support zone or a resistance zone, the more and more that we test it, the weaker it gets. So I suspect that we're getting closer and closer to a major breakout event. We are seeing more volume flow in, which is very good. I do want a little bit more volume because it looks like we are having a little bit of some diminished volume. We could check out the 4-hour span and really kind of look at the volume. So here's where we did get a ton of volume today. We jumped out a little bit. It wasn't anything too significant. It was about like a 2-cent jump. But overall, we are seeing a lot of volume flow in. We also see some volume flowing out as well. But I do want a lot more volume to flow in to actually get us over this massive resistance zone. I just want to mind you guys, the last time that we did break out of this resistance zone, you could pretty much see what happened, right? So we went to the all-time high of about almost 58 cents exact, and I do suspect that we are in store for another major breakout event similar to that. And I do believe that this year is going to be extremely bullish for HBAR, especially considering the fact that we have a lot in store for us waiting on the roadmap. So with all of that in mind, let's actually just real quick, I do want to check out the Bitcoin price chart for Hedera and really kind of give you guys that insight too. So this is extremely bullish. We are seeing actually a lot more volume here. The RSI is nearing a little bit of an overbought area and also a rejection point that we did reject off of going back to the 19th of December. But this looks extremely strong. If we can continue the volume, like I said, and we can continue the momentum, we will easily flip into this nice parabolic point where we will see the USD pair really start to move and go a little bit parabolic. So with all of that in mind, let's move on and let's talk about some other exciting things. So I know right now everybody's waiting for, HBAR to really jump out and go crazy. I get that. We are all waiting. But I just want everybody to understand what is actually happening. We do see here many enterprise apps launching on Hedera won't be brand new use cases requiring slow scaling over time. These will be apps with already existing huge transaction volumes, which will move onto Hedera to increase trust, efficiency, and security. Step function is coming. And I do want to say right now, when we're talking about a lot of these major, apps that are coming to Hedera, a lot of them are already built out. A lot of them are already, transacting on a day-to-day basis, doing, millions to billions to even trillions of transactions a year. Okay, and I know if we're talking about daily, I know there's other use cases, for an example, ServiceNow, that probably is going to provide billions of transactions a day. And I just want you guys to understand at scale, once a lot of this kicks in, it's going to be too late to accumulate HBAR at these cheap levels. But also, I just want you guys to understand that there is a lot of, companies building out on Hedera that are very legitimate and very large. We talked about DLR Piper a lot, and I hate to kind of go back in time and talk to you guys about this, but I want to show you guys how big, DLR Piper actually is. So obviously, you guys are probably all aware by now, but DLR Piper is a global law firm with lawyers located in more than 40 countries throughout the Americas, Europe, the Middle East, Africa, and Asia Pacific, positioning us to help clients with their legal needs around the world. And I want you guys to understand that we do see down here, our clients range from multinational Global 1000 and Fortune 500 enterprises to emerging companies developing industry-leading technologies. They include more than half of the Fortune 250 and nearly half of the FTSE 350 or their subsidiaries, who also advise governments and public sector bodies. Okay, so reading that, all right, it's whatever. A little bit bullish, nothing too crazy. But then you see what they want to do with, Hedera Hashgraph, and it's just like, this is absolutely ridiculous. They want to launch this new Toko security tokenization platform. This goes back to November 2020, so over a year now. And when we're talking about Toko, so Toko just recently, started to launch. They started to really do this. It's getting really exciting, especially considering how much volume this will be. And we do see Toko issues, digital private debt on Hedera public network. Now, why is this significant? Why do I bring this back up? Well, because we do see tokenization leading the race in terms of crypto adoption. NFTs, in my opinion, started the major boom for retail individuals to get into crypto, to start to learn what crypto is. And I do believe that tokenization is really going to start to move more and more into everyday life. When we're talking about everything that is happening, we look at what this is all focused on. This tokenization is intended to cover the full value chain of a fixed income token, from issuance and distribution to token over-the-counter transfers, and ongoing asset servicing concepts such as custody and coupon distribution until debt maturity and token redemption. Toko structured the tokens as fixed income instruments, while DLR Piper assisted with the legal documentation embedded in the smart contract. The tokens have a unique international token identification number in compliance with the International Token Standardization Association standard for increased operational transparency and safety. The reason why I bring this up is because we're going to see a ton of tokenization transactions flowing over Hedera from this. This is fully standardized in terms of what we want to see. This is going to bleed into pretty much massive amounts of volume, massive amounts of value, and I just want you guys to understand, tokenization of private debt. Say that 5 times, as fast as you can, and understand how incredible that is. That is so huge in terms of its value. Now, for many of you, and trust me, this is not disrespectful or anything, but for many of you that don't know what the heck private debt is and don't know how big this is actually going to be, well, let's actually talk about it. So, in 2020, okay, we've seen private debt growing tenfold in the past decade, with assets under management of funds primarily involved in direct lending surging to $412 billion. Okay, this is fairly large. I mean, in terms of a major market, this is huge. And we do see a few of the risk, transparency and illiquidity. But guess what? NFTs, we do see liquid NFTs becoming a thing, but also understand what they're trying to do here. They are trying to build out overall this massive tokenization of these assets, but they're also trying to fix the issues as well. I think that this is going to get very, very I think that the volume from this is actually going to be very interesting to watch unfold, because we know that this has been in the making for a very long time. And the reason why I bring this back up is because this is focused on exactly what needs to be focused on. The benefits of private blockchain alongside with transparency of a public network like Hedera, because this is going to deliver those massive benefits that we already see from Hedera SidePoint. And guess what's funny about this? Is that it's the most secure, it's going to be extremely transparent, and it's going to be settled in such a quick time. So it's going to be fully operational. It's going to be massive for a lot of these major players that are trying to get into this. And also in terms of private debt, it's going to continue to grow and grow and grow. I mean, $412 billion to some people might not seem like a lot, especially when we're talking about, markets being worth trillions and trillions of dollars. But look at the syndicated debt versus private debt here. You could see the amount of individuals and how much money there is. You could see, pretty much everything, from the start to the finish line. But the best part about this is that I believe that we're going to allow for this to actually surge a lot more. Yeah, sure. In terms of, $412 billion, I think that that is going to grow astronomically, especially with something like Hedera that could allow for this to actually be, scaled a lot faster. And of course, in terms of Toko, right? I think that this is a very large use case that I think that a lot of people kind of just looked over and said, yep, well, this is cool. But in terms of tokenization, NFTs are continuing to grow. Okay, first off, when we're talking about the NFT market, I don't think that it hasn't even, I think that this is still in its infancy stage. I don't even think it began to really crawl yet, because when we're talking about a lot of these NFT, assets in this market, there's really not a lot of them that are very, known. Of course, in terms of mana and stuff like that, yeah, like that's cool. Like a lot of it's centered around gaming and just like the metaverse. But when we get into tokenization of private debt and even just debt in general, that is going to be so huge. And then, of course, in terms of NFTs, if we want to talk about the legitimacy factors behind, NFTs, for an example, here's Hedera Gallery. So I talked to you guys a little bit about Hedera Gallery. I think that this is going to be a very extremely, useful NFT platform that's being built. I think that's going to be great for a lot of artists. We do say we're excited to show you our new website. They launched their new website. Looks incredible. Got to give them some props for this because it looks very good. Looks very clean as well. And here's their vision. Starting from the limitation of physical reality, virtual worlds will support the evolution of humanity and enrich the life of individuals by creating new experiences. Mission, we bring creators together so you could discover at a glance the NFTs that really matter. Objective, we will start with 50 exhibits, art galleries, which will expand as needed. Subsequently, we will develop themed rooms with various products, digital art, utility tokens, community tokens, cashback tokens, securities, etc. So this is focused on a lot of things. Okay, and they want to do this with, it will be metaverse agnostic, so it will help, integrate into multiple metaverses so that users can actually teleport between metaverses. That's going to be huge, and this is within their, building. This is pretty much a little bit of a, sort of a sneak peek at what to expect. I think that this is going to be incredible. Okay, and they're very new. They're extremely new still. None of this stuff is really kind of working just yet. You could visit the gallery. This is pretty much it. There's a lot of things that will be, pretty much uploaded and released into this, gallery. I'm very excited for this because when you're looking at a lot of these NFT use cases, this is something that's disruptive to me. I think, physical art galleries are going to be a thing that a lot of individuals want to see. I think that this is an incredible concept. I really do. And I really think that NFTs don't get shown as much love as they should. I think that a lot of people just kind of look at them as JPEGs, but this is digital art. This is collectible art. And when we're talking about, a lot of these, I would say a lot of these projects, definitely need to get, viewed in a very, I would say legitimate way. I think a lot of NFTs are just kind of jokes. They get thrown, down into like, OpenSea and just say, hey, here, bid on this JPEG of pretty much nothing. But a lot of this stuff that I'm seeing on here looks incredible. I think that there's a lot of time put into this. I think that this is, very interesting. And I think that physical art galleries are going to be a thing in the future, and I think that they're going to be at a very high demand. Also, we looked at Seeki, right? I think Seeki's incredible as well. This is an NFT platform focused on, music and stuff. Sign up for a chance to be selected to upload music and have access to exclusive NFT rewards, multimedia, blockchain NFT creation engine and marketplace wrapped in a social ecosystem that streams NFT music, live streams, and posts. This is essentially, Spotify, except a decentralized, Spotify, where it's pretty much all focused around NFTs, packed with cutting-edge features. And this is built on Hedera. Pretty much see everything about it. It's incredible. This is awesome. And of course, their partners are listed there. You guys can pretty much see it. And here's their roadmap. They're in everything. Everything. They're launching their token. They already have that launched music streaming platform, NFT creation, launched, artist posting NFT gallery, launched live video streaming, gaming, live events, this is going to get incredible. I think that this is so insane. Okay, to see everything that is being built on Hedera, and for a lot of individuals to barely recognize the value behind Hedera, just tells me how early we are. And we do see we're on a mission to build a more profitable entertainment ecosystem. Profits, more ways for users to profit, more ways for engagement for fans, own royalty rights to some of your favorite songs on SeatGeek, more payment options than any other platform. This is going to be very awesome. I'm very excited for a lot of these major platforms. And here are the problems that SeatGeek looks to solve. Listeners are undervalued, selling song royalties aren't for everyone, payment delay, lack of engagement. This is going to be incredible. And there's so many things like this. And I said it yesterday, and I really got to say, I do believe this fully. Okay, there are things being built on Hedera 24/7, 365, and barely anyone is noticing. HBAR is a winner, and once the public realizes this, I will already have my bags packed, fully ready for the moon mission. If you can't see what's being built, then I don't know what to tell you, because it is so bullish right now. Hedera is, in my opinion, an easy top 10, contender. I think that we will be in the top 10 very easily, very fast. I know that a lot of people have been holding for over a year and they think that it's the end of the world because they haven't gone to the moon yet. Things take time. Things are going to take time when they're being built the way Hedera is building things. Look at what they're building, look at the fundamentals, and understand how large this is going to be. But with that in mind, I hope that you all enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on if you guys want more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, I hope that you all have a beautiful day or beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. It's been Nick. Peace out, guys.